When it comes to the trolls of Shadowrun, they are the least numerous of the metahuman types. And when you compare their appearance to that of the human model, they're also the most different. The life of a troll is struggle, it is adaptation, it is trying to find a place to fit in a world that's just not built for you. Trolls don't actually have a culture of their own. However, their societal bond between not fitting in, struggling to survive, adapting, this is what is reflective of their lives. This, if you can call it that, is troll culture. So come with me, my little snack pack, as Papa Maple takes you through the trolls of Shadowrun. And if you enjoy learning about the grimdark settings within the World of Darkness, Shadowrun, Starfinder, Pathfinder even, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you enjoy Shadowrun, then please hit the like button to let me know you want more of this. Let's talk about the Schwarzwald. But before we do that, we do need to have a quick word from our sponsor of today's video, NordVPN. Let me tell you a little story. It involves someone who, through an email, decided to set up a YouTube channel. They had this email address for a very long time and they used it everywhere, including to set up their own YouTube channel. However, unbeknownst to them, they were basically surfing the internet without a condom. This would lead to the near ultimate destruction of multiple years of hard work on a YouTube channel. Thankfully, with YouTube's help, they were able to get things resolved. However, we do have the issue of continuing to surf the internet without any kind of protection. The person we're talking about is me. I'm that idiot. So, where does NordVPN come in with all of this? If you don't know, a VPN is a virtual private network. Basically, what NordVPN does, they protect your IP addresses. So third parties, your internet service providers, even government agencies can't get easy access to your data. You can also change locations. So if you want to watch a show on Netflix in the UK or in Canada, for example, you just click the location button and suddenly you're Canadian, eh? NordVPN can be used across multiple devices. Your cell phone, your computer, your tablet. Everything needs to be protected. And NordVPN is offering you a 63% discount on your annual subscription if you use my link in the pinned comment or the description below. So please check it out. It definitely helps out the channel, and you also gain the peace of mind knowing that your devices are protected. And now back to the video. The first time that trolls made an appearance anywhere in society, this would have been in the year 2021. April 30th, 2021 to be specific. This event was known as the Goblinization. This is where orcs and trolls spawned from. Without warning or a cause that anyone is aware of, 1/10 of the human population either turned into trolls or orcs. As a matter of fact, even some humans who were in the midst of puberty, they turned into actual orcs or trolls from this event. Can you imagine puberty hitting you that bad that you literally turn into a troll or an orc? For reasons that I will get to in a minute, trolls, they don't fit in anywhere. The world just wasn't ready for how different trolls would be. This unfortunately forced them to make their own homeland and pick a specific spot and build a community around themselves. The Schwarzwald, or the Black Forest Troll Republic. This is located in the southern region of the Allied German states, along with the Rhine River and Switzerland. The Black Forest is a nation unto itself. Its attitudes towards, well, anything around it generally reflects the poor treatment that the trolls have received throughout their lifetimes. Most trolls never get to experience that of a successful CEO, generally having a decent quality of life. For the most part, to be a troll is to be a life of poverty, basically. Not because you chose it, but because the world just isn't going to give you any opportunities. Now, there is something of a role model when it comes to trolls, and that would be the former UCAS vice presidential candidate, Gary Gray. He is one of the limited examples of a successful troll. If you hadn't guessed already, or you knew this already, trolls, they're big boys and girls. The average height of a troll is 250 centimeters, or for the Americans, 8'2". They also weigh a lot more than an average human, coming in at an average 335 kilograms. That's about 739 pounds. Imagine being that tall. That is bigger than most NBA players. Nothing is built for you. Nothing is designed to accommodate your size, your weight. That is, unless you have the money to get something specially built for you, which, as we've just discussed, the trolls generally live a life of poverty. In addition to their just gargantuan size, trolls also have a quite different physical appearance. Trolls, they sport horns, they sport tusks. Their arms are also disproportionate to their bodies in the sense that if you compare what it looks like on a human, their arms are just longer in general. They also very commonly have calcified dermal deposits across their skin. These can resemble spikes, they can resemble armor plating, some can even look like warts. To some, they may find this look attractive, others, for the most part, don't. In Shadowrun 5th edition, it's generally believed that the average lifespan of a troll is 45 to 55 years. Let's talk a little bit about the Black Forest Troll Republic. After the secession of the Southern German Federation in 2038, the government in the area initiated pogroms against the trolls and the orcs. This means that they basically gathered up all of them and put them into internment camps, work camps. These metahumans in the area, they didn't take very kindly to this, as one would assume, and they defended themselves with magic. This led to a bit of a conflict in the area. Around this time in America, the same thing was happening to the trolls and to the orcs. However, the Americans were a little less successful, even though they had the assistance of a group called Met 2000. Met 2000 is a mercenary group with over 200,000 plus mercenaries for hire. This would essentially kick off the Troll Wars. A troll going by the name of Berthold basically led the troll resistance, and we're back in the German states now when we're talking about this. Berthold directed and led a small insurgency force to a place that I'm going to attempt to pronounce, and it's going to get butchered, so Germans, I'm sorry. Rottweiler Befreiung. This was a great victory for the trolls. It happened on October 28th in 2038. They liberated one of the biggest internment camps in the area. Through their successful use of their guerrilla warfare tactics, they continued using these methods in the area, and they did pretty well for themselves. Several years later, we're talking February 2042, the regional government in the area, they feared being defeated, overthrown, ousted by trolls, as that would be an embarrassment to them. What did they do about it? They started a counter-offensive, and this was one of the largest ever mounted in the area. They specifically called this offensive, I'm gonna butcher this again, Schwabenstreik. Schwabenstreik. I probably butchered that one. The spelling is down here. For a while, it looked like the government troops were getting the upper hand. That was until April of the same year, 2042, when Berthold and a few mages used nature to their advantage. They had earthquakes, trees, and vines, and they pushed all the troops back. Massive damage was done. Regions in this area were either leveled because of the earthquakes or because of the changes in nature were just flooded out. On May 8th, 2045, this is when the region called Trollkönigreich, they officially became part of the ADL. Berthold was then crowned king of his people. He led them and let them prosper in the area. He was very good at what he did. This was until 2061 when King Berthold vanished without a trace. In the chaos created by the disappearance of Berthold, Chancellor Hugo van Haasleck took control of the Troll Nation. He guided them through the 2.0 crash, which was the net crash again, and through government dealings, the kingdom was then changed to a republic. All of the surrounding states, or the different duchies, were turned into their own nations. People who were nobles are not nobles anymore, and guess what? They're pretty pissed off about it. There were some good things to come for the region. Now, going back to the 21st century, as paper was becoming much less common, people are using digital screens more. Guess what happened? You don't need trees anymore for paper, so with reforestation happening in the Black Forest, and after the Awakening, many different types of paracritters, plants, spirits, they made the Black Forest region their home because of, well, there's low populace, and the ones that were there respected nature. Suddenly, astral phenomenon began to happen in this area. This is why the Troll Kingdom is also part of the Awakened Lands. The 21st century, even actually before that, gave rise to something else, and this would be mega corporations. As mega corporations began to rise, suddenly having corporate arcologies became a common thing. Massive numbers of homes and structures, they were just abandoned because people now had to live in the city owned by your place of employment. The trolls took advantage of this opportunity, and the homes that were abandoned, they just started squatting in and living there. This is happening all across Europe, all across America as well. These abandoned structures, they were taken by the trolls. They were remodeled for the trolls so that they would fit inside of them. And it's because of this, trolls tend to live on the outskirts of society, on the fringes of where humanity stays. There's also the added benefit of just being far away from humanity that you just get, more leg room. So trolls kind of like that. For the trolls who do not embrace who they are, they do not accept their physical appearance, they try to blend into these societal norms of human standard culture, trolls have been known to file down their horns, to shave down their teeth. Some have even gone so far as basically developing an eating disorder to try to look more human. One thing that's not talked about very much is trolls, they're quite intelligent, they're not dumb. When compared to other metahuman types, trolls have the highest literacy rate among all the other metahuman types. The homes and the areas that the trolls took over, they were part of the last physical age, when things were still written down on paper instead of just being hard-coded. It's because they made these areas their home, they made these abandoned places their home with the leftover belongings, physical books, paper copies of things, that the trolls have one of the highest literacy rates among the metahumans. One thing that's not talked about very much among the trolls is the fact that they enjoy reading. It's very common for a troll in their spare time to just pick up a book and read. Some of the trolls, they even just enjoy calligraphy, so trolls have very fancy handwriting. Cursive is a style of writing that in the future, no one knows how to read anymore, let alone write, except for the trolls, they know how to. Cursive is a style of writing that is now considered to be a secret code among the trolls. I hope that I have explained trolls well enough for you and that you really understand that they're coming from a place of struggle. They are coming from a place of lack of acceptance and not fitting in. And that's to say nothing of them being idolized, though there is a metahuman type that is idolized and, dare I say, fetishized. So if you'd like to learn more about them, then you need to click this video up here. Thank you to all of my patrons for continuing to support me and the channel, and to Paul Leone, my brand new patron, for supporting at the Maple Wolf level. My name's Nathaniel. Thanks for stopping by, everyone.